Dear colleagues and listeners. First of all, I want to provide some information about Uzbekistan, which is often called the Pearl of the East, which is known for its unique cultural heritage. The country is home to many ancient architectural marvels. Uzbekistan, a vibrant and fascinating country rich in history that continues to attract visitors and investors from all over the world. Welcome to Uzbekistan. Welcome. My name is Gulyamov. I am the head of the Department of Cyber Law at Tashkent State University of Law. Today I will present to you a revolutionary approach to integrating artificial intelligence into legal education. My presentation is based on a trilogy that I developed in 2024 and practical experience in implementing ethical standards for AI use at my department. We are not just talking about theory, we are already living in the future of legal education. Colleagues, we live in a paradoxical world. While we in universities prohibit the use of AI, our students are already actively using it. 98% of our graduates will never become scientists, but 100% will work in a world where AI is commonplace. Imagine, we prohibit calculators for mathematicians or computers for programmers. Absurd, but this is exactly what we do with AI in legal education. Students come to work, and the employer asks, "Can you work with legal tech? Can you analyze documents using AI?" And our graduates helplessly shrug their shoulders. At my department, we made a revolution. I do not accept student research papers if they do not contain at least 30% AI use. This is not for ease, this is for mandatory mastery of modern technologies. The principle of 70% humanize means that a student must study the material so deeply that they can correctly correct AI results and critically evaluate its outputs. This requires greater intellectual effort than simply rewriting a textbook. The results exceeded all expectations. The quality of student work significantly improved because effective AI use requires a student to become an expert in the subject. You cannot get quality results from AI without understanding the essence of the issue. Our graduates come to law firms and immediately begin working effectively with modern legal tech solutions. Employers are delighted. They don't need to retrain employees. My trilogy solves the problem comprehensively. The first part laid the conceptual foundations of digital legal education. This was discussed above. Next, we will examine parts 2 and 3 in more detail, which represent practical methodologies for how students and master's students should write papers using AI. Additionally, the third part raises the bar to the PhD and DSc level. We created a complete education cycle, from first-year student to Doctor of Science. And all of this is permeated by a unified ethical code for AI use. The second volume of our trilogy represents an unprecedented methodological revolution in academic writing. This is not just a guide, it is a comprehensive system for training modern lawyer researchers. We spent 2 years developing 50 detailed methodologies for undergraduate studies, each tested in practice by hundreds of students at our department. The uniqueness of our approach lies in integrating AI use into every stage of academic research. From formulating the research problem to preparing presentations for defense, students receive clear instructions on how to ethically and effectively use artificial intelligence. For example, when analyzing judicial practice, we teach students to create specialized prompts for ChatGPT and Claude that allow identifying legal trends and contradictions. The 28 methodologies for master's studies are even more complex. Here we teach future masters to work with big data, conduct comparative analysis of legal systems using AI, and create legal models using machine learning. Each methodology includes practical cases, typical errors, and quality assessment criteria. The revolutionary nature of our approach is that we don't just allow AI use, we make it a mandatory component of quality research. A student who hasn't mastered these technologies simply cannot receive a high grade. This forces everyone to seriously approach studying modern tools and develop skills that will be in demand in professional activity. The third volume of our trilogy is devoted to the most complex question of modern science: how to integrate artificial intelligence into fundamental legal research while preserving scientific novelty and originality. This is truly new territory where we are pioneers not only in Uzbekistan but on a global scale. For PhD research, we developed 13 specialized sections, each solving a specific methodological problem. How to use AI for analyzing thousands of judicial decisions. How to apply machine learning to identify hidden patterns in law enforcement practice. How to integrate AI analysis results into the author's dissertation concept. DSc research presents particular complexity, where creating fundamentally new scientific theories is required. Here, 16 sections of our methodology cover the full spectrum, from using AI for critical analysis of existing doctrines to modeling future legal systems. We teach doctoral candidates to create hybrid research models where human intuition and creativity are complemented by AI computational power. The results are impressive. Our doctoral students reduce time spent on routine literature analysis by 50%, but the quality of their theoretical conclusions increases manifold. AI helps them see connections between different legal institutions that previously remained unnoticed. We are forming a new generation of legal scholars who organically combine traditional legal science methods with artificial intelligence capabilities. Let's examine the 30% rule. Many ask, why exactly 30%? This is not an arbitrary figure. This is the minimum that forces a student to seriously study AI capabilities and learn to work with it. Less than 30% is superficial use, more than 70% is dependency without understanding. The paradox is that to get quality 30% from AI, a student must invest 70% of their own intellectual effort. This makes the learning process more intensive, not easier. Colleagues, I understand your concerns. But let's face the facts. Economically, we are obligated to prepare competitive specialists. Pedagogically, our approach requires greater depth of knowledge. Ethically, we teach responsibility, not irresponsibility. Prohibition is fear. Education is overcoming fear through knowledge and understanding. We don't stop at theory. Based on our approach, unique international master's programs have been developed. Students study cyber law, research methodology and legal tech, international cybersecurity and governance law, EU digital economy law, international cyber criminal law, and much more. Students from 15 countries come to us because they understand, the future of law is integration with technology, not opposition to it. Our universal ethical code is not a set of prohibitions, but a guide to action. We teach students to be transparent in AI use, bear responsibility for results, strive for quality, and continuously develop. This is like traffic rules, they don't prohibit driving, but ensure traffic safety. We will examine it in more detail on the next slide. Our universal ethical code for AI use in academic environments is not just a document, but a living regulatory system that can be adapted by any university in the world. 23 chapters and more than 60 articles cover absolutely all aspects of artificial intelligence integration into the educational process, from student admission to doctoral dissertation defense. The code is structured into 7 key sections. The Academic Education section regulates AI use in the educational process, establishes criteria for evaluating work involving AI, and defines rights and obligations of students and faculty. The Scientific Research section contains detailed requirements for AI use in research activities, including rules for citing AI-generated content and criteria for evaluating scientific novelty. Special attention is paid to the Monitoring and Control section, where violation detection mechanisms and sanction systems are established. We created a gradation of violations, from minor procedural errors to serious academic misconduct. Each violation has clear evaluation criteria and corresponding measures of influence. The uniqueness of our code lies in its practical applicability. Each article contains not only normative requirements, but also concrete application examples, typical situations, and recommendations for their resolution. We tested this code at our department for 2 years, made necessary corrections, and are now ready to propose it as an international standard for the academic community. We see a future where every lawyer possesses AI technologies at a professional level, where universities compete not in prohibitions, but in innovations, where students graduate ready for the reality of the digital world. Uzbekistan can become a leader in this transformation. We have already begun, and we invite you to join. Colleagues, the time for delicate discussions has passed. Students already use AI, employers require these skills, technologies develop at incredible speed. We can either lead this revolution or become its victims. I propose creating an international coalition of universities ready to implement ethical standards for AI use. Let's be leaders, not followers. In conclusion, I want to thank Rector Prof. Dr. Ali Cengiz Ksialu for supporting innovative approaches in education, Dean Neslihan Karadas Dermis Hanım for creating this wonderful platform for international dialogue, and Project Organizers Association, Prof. Sefer Kalaman and Dr. Mustafa Byk for the invitation and opportunity to share our experience. The future of legal education begins today, and we can create it together. Thank you for your attention.